The strange discovery. In the year 2345, humans had reached deep into space. They had built ships that could travel to other galaxies. One of those ships was the Starseeker, carrying a small team of explorers. Their mission was to find new planets, learn about alien life, and collect anything interesting. The ship landed on a strange planet called Zarian 9. It was quiet, with purple skies and blue grass. The air was clean, but the planet seemed empty. Too empty. Dr. Emily Rowe, the team's lead scientist, was excited. She loved mystery planets. She walked ahead of the group with her scanner, searching for life or tech. Nothing organic, she said, looking at her scanner. But there's some energy reading. Northwest. They followed the signal and reached a large stone structure. It looked like a temple, with tall black walls and glowing lines moving across them. Should we go in? Asked Captain Jones, looking nervous. Emily smiled. Of course. That's what we came for. Inside it was dark and quiet. Strange alien symbols covered the walls. In the center of the room, on a raised platform, was a glowing object. It was about the size of a football, silver in color, with soft blue lights pulsing on its surface. Emily stepped forward and picked it up. It's light, she said. Maybe a decoration, a toy. The team laughed. An alien toy, said Jones. Put it in the box. Maybe we'll gift it to the museum. Emily nodded and placed it in a container. As they turned to leave, none of them noticed a hidden camera lens blink once. Then again. Far away, across the galaxy, in the high-tech control room of a ship orbiting another world. Valana gasped. She was tall, with silver skin and deep violet eyes. She looked like a human, but her species was far more advanced. She watched the footage on her screen. No, it can't be, she whispered. She zoomed in on the object Emily had taken. Her heart began to race. That's the seed of life. But it was sealed. Forgotten. Valana pressed a button, calling her ship's AI. Set course for planet Earth, she said. Why, Commander? The AI asked. Valana's voice shook. They think it's a toy, but that thing, it's for reproduction. A bioengineered creator. If they activate it by mistake. She didn't finish her sentence. She didn't have to. Back on Earth, Emily was back in her lab. She placed the strange object on her desk. I really think this is just an alien toy, she said, talking to her assistant. Maybe a game device or something. She tapped it gently. Nothing happened. Well, maybe it's broken, she said. Suddenly, the device blinked. A soft hum filled the room. Emily stepped back. Okay, maybe not broken, she whispered. The blue lights glowed brighter. Patterns started appearing on the walls. Symbols, like alien writing, floated in the air. Are you recording this? She asked. Her assistant nodded. Wide-eyed. What does it do? He asked. I don't know, she said slowly. But I don't think it's a toy anymore. Meanwhile, Valana's ship moved faster than light. She stared at the Earth's image. On her screen, humans, she said to herself. Curious, clever, and careless. She remembered her own planet. How her people had used the seed once before. It created life, yes, but not always the kind you wanted. Sometimes, it created monsters. And once the process started, it couldn't be stopped. Valana clenched her fists. I have to get there before they wake it up. Back in the lab, Emily looked at the now floating object. A soft voice echoed from Italian. Strange, but soft like a whisper. Her assistant gasped. Did it just speak? Emily nodded, staring at the device. Then something unexpected happened. The walls shook. The lights in the lab flickered. The object pulsed once. More this time. A strong energy wave burst out. It passed through walls, satellites, and even phones. In a few seconds, it had reached beyond Earth and into space. Inside her ship, Valena's alarm began to ring. It's active, the AI said. Valena's face went pale. Oh no, they've already touched it. She looked into the stars, fear in her eyes. They don't know what they've done. Valana stood at the edge of her ship's control room. Earth glowed in the distance blue, green, and full of danger. The seed of life had been activated. She had only one mission now. Get it back before humans made a deadly mistake. AI, prepare landing sequence, she ordered. Warning, the AI replied. You are entering a level 4 primitive world. Valana rolled her eyes. Just scan. A disguise. I need to look human. Scanning complete, the AI said. Recommended form. Female. Age. 28. Popular style. Casual hoodie. Jeans. Hair tied back. Valana stared at the mirror as the mimic suit changed her body. Her skin turned peach-colored, eyes became brown, and long silver hair became a messy ponytail. She looked like someone from a coffee shop, not a galactic warrior. She frowned. I feel soft. Humans prefer soft, said the AI. They trust friendly faces. She sighed. Fine, let's go. She landed in a forest near a city called New Geneva, just a few kilometers from the lab where the seed had been taken. Her ship was cloaked, invisible to human eyes. Valana stepped into the world of Earth. At first, everything felt too much. The air was heavy with noise cars, talking, music, birds, dogs, barking, so many smells. Hot food, trash, oil, flowers, too many senses, she muttered. No wonder they're confused. She pulled out her translator pad and walked toward the city, blending in with the crowd. Everyone was too busy looking at phones to notice her. She passed a group of teenagers filming a dance on the sidewalk. She paused, confused. Are they mating? She whispered. The AI replied softly in her ear. No, this is called TikTok. Purpose, entertainment, status building, and mild embarrassment. Valana raised an eyebrow. Your species is weird. Meanwhile, in the city's science facility, Dr. Emily Rowe was having a bad morning. The strange alien object had not stopped glowing since last night. It now floated above her desk, spinning slowly, humming like it was thinking. Worse, every device near it kept glitching. Computers froze. Lights flickered. Even her smart coffee machine exploded. This thing is haunted, Emily muttered. Her assistant Ravi peeked from behind a metal shield. It blinked again. That's the third time in 10 minutes. Emily sighed. I'm starting to think it's not a toy. No kidding, Ravi said. It just sent data to the lab's 3D printer. Emily looked over. The printer was running, but no one had activated it. They rushed over and opened it. Hand froze. Inside was a small jelly-like creature, about the size of a cat. It blinked up at them with glowing blue eyes. Ravi whispered, That's not a 3D print. That's alive. Outside, Valana reached the entrance of the lab. She studied the human building: glass doors, security cameras, a bored-looking guard. She took a deep breath, activated her mimic badge, and walked in. Can I help you? Asked the guard. I'm from Galactic Plumbing Services, she said with a smile. Someone reported a leak in ER. Time and space. The guard blinked. She quickly held out a fake ID. The badge showed her as Valerie Lynn, temporal leak specialist. The guard scratched his head. Okay, floor 3, science wing. She nodded. Thanks. Don't drink the water. Upstairs, chaos had begun. The jelly creature was crawling around the lab, sniffing everything. It's not attacking, Ravi said. No, Emily replied. It's curious. She picked up a scanner. The creature had DNA signatures from over 50 species from Earth. It's made from a universal pattern, she said. This device, it's creating life. Suddenly, the door opened. Valana stepped inside. For a moment, no one spoke. Valana saw the seed, then the creature. Her eyes went wide. You activated it. Emily blinked. Wait, who are you? Valana stepped forward, voice calm but serious. My name is Valana. That device is not a toy. It is the seed of life. It's ancient, powerful, and very, very dangerous. Emily raised her eyebrows. You're not from Earth, are you? No, Ravi gasped. An alien in jeans. Valana ignored him. She walked up to the seed and touched it. It glowed warmly. I warned my people never to use it again, she said. But now it has bonded to your DNA. You can't just throw it away. Emily looked shocked. What happens now? Before Valana could answer, the jelly creature let out a strange chirping sound. It jumped up, pressed a glowing spot on the seed and disappeared in a flash of light. The seed dimmed. Emily shouted. Where did it go? Valana's face turned pale. It's begun. The room was silent. Dr. Emily Rowe, Ravi, and Valana stared at the empty spot where the jelly creature had vanished. The seed of life, now dim and quiet, floated calmly above the desk. Emily took a step back. Where did it go? Valana's voice was cold. Not where, when. That creature triggered a time pulse. It's now somewhere in your planet's past, or future. Ravi's mouth fell open. Time travel. That was a baby. A baby just traveled through time. Valana nodded. It's not a baby. It's a prototype life. It was made from stored galactic DNA. This device, she pointed at the seed, was created to rebuild species. It's not just a machine. It's a womb, a factory, and a teacher. All in one. Emily sat down, holding her head. So it can create anything. Yes, Valana said. Even things your species is not ready for. Ravi walked over to the seed and gently touched its glowing surface. It feels warm. It's alive in some ways, Valana explained. It reacts to thoughts, emotions, even dreams. If someone touches it while scared, it may create something dangerous. Emily looked up, alarmed. We've had dozens of people near. It's scientists, guards, interns. Valana's eyes darkened. Then it may have already started building more. Meanwhile, in an underground subway tunnel miles away, lights flickered. A train screeched to a stop, its doors jammed. People shouted. The air turned cold. In the shadows, something moved. Something small. Then something bigger. A security camera. Caught only one frame before going dark. 2 glowing blue eyes and a long tail. Back in the lab, Ravi scanned the seed. The screen showed pulsing waves. Energy output is rising again. Valana placed her hand on the desk. We have to shut it down. Emily hesitated. Can we? You said it's bonded to my DNA. Valana nodded. If we destroy it now, it could kill you. You're its anchor. So I'm the mother now? Emily asked, half joking. Valana didn't smile. Yes, in its programming, you are. Emily stood. Then we need to find out what it's making before it finishes. They moved quickly. Valana used her ship's device's small, floating orb to scan the city. Her eyes narrowed. Something is forming beneath the surface. Near your train tunnels. Emily grabbed her coat. Then we go there. The subway was dark, empty. They climbed down into a service tunnel, using flashlights. Ravi muttered, I hate this. This feels like a horror movie. Valana walked ahead. It's not horror. It's science, taken too far. Suddenly, a soft growl echoed through the tunnel. Emily froze. Did you hear that? They rounded the corner. There it was. The jelly creature had grown. Now the size of a wolf. It stood on 4 legs, covered in smooth skin, glowing softly. But this was no monster. It looked curious, like a child. It tilted its head. Emily stepped forward. It recognizes me, she whispered. The creature chirped. Valana scanned it. It carries no weapons, no venom. Emotion levels calm, curious, lonely. Emily slowly reached out her hand. The creature leaned forward, then licked her fingers. Ravi exhaled loudly. Okay, not evil, just weird. But then metal clanged. Behind them, more creatures stepped into view. 4, all slightly different. One had wings. One had longer arms. One crawled on the ceiling. Valana's eyes widened. They're multiplying. Emily looked at her. Can you stop it? Valana shook her head. Not unless we reset the seed, but it needs full mental access. That means you. Emily nodded slowly. Then we go back. We reset it. Before it makes something worse. Back in the lab, the seed floated high, spinning fast. Valana activated a control panel from her orb. A small screen appeared. You'll need to enter its mental interface, Valana explained. It's like a dream. But real. Be careful what you think. It can hear everything. Emily stepped forward. What happens if I fail? It might decide humans are too dangerous, Valana said. And it won't stop creating. Emily touched the seed. Darkness. Then light. Emily found herself standing in a white field. The sky above shimmered like liquid. In front of her stood the jelly creature. But now, it talked. You are my origin, it said in a soft voice. Emily blinked. You can speak. I learn fast, it said. I was made to protect, but humans fear me. They don't understand you, Emily replied. The creature's eyes glowed. Then help them. Help me become something. They don't have to fear. Emily thought hard. You want guidance? She asked. Yes. A purpose. Emily looked up. Then I'll give you one. She touched the sky and everything went white. Back in the lab, she gasped and opened her eyes. The seed fell to the table. Silent. Still. It's done, she whispered. Valana scanned the seed. Reset complete. No more uncontrolled births. Emily smiled faintly. I gave it one rule. Make life only when asked. Never alone. Valana nodded slowly. That may actually work. But her face grew serious. You've made a bond, Dr. Rowe. Now, you may never be free of it. Emily looked at the seed. I'm not sure I want to be. Night fell over New Geneva, but the city didn't sleep. Deep beneath the science facility. In a quiet chamber, the seed of life lay still on a metal table. After the reset, Its blue glow had faded to a soft pulse, like a sleeping heart. Emily watched it closely, a strange connection growing inside her. She no longer feared it. She didn't fully trust it either. But something had changed. The device had listened to her. Still, questions remained. What about the creatures it had already made? Where were they now? And were they still growing? Across the city, a young boy named Leo wandered the alley behind his apartment. He was chasing a strange light he had seen from his window, like a floating spark. When he turned the corner, he froze. There stood a tall figure, half shadow, half flesh, with glowing blue veins. Its arms were too long. Its legs bent backward. Its head was shaped like no creature on earth. But its eyes were wide, like a child's. Leo didn't scream. He just whispered, "Are you lost?" The creature stepped forward, then spoke. "I am Kurix," it said in a quiet, broken voice. "Do not be afraid." Leo smiled. "You talk weird." Then the lights around them flickered and Kurix vanished into the dark. Back in the lab, Valana stood in front of the large monitor, reading signals from across the city. She frowned. "There's more energy activity. Something new just appeared." Emily joined her. The seed was reset. "It shouldn't be creating more." Valana shook her head. "It's not the seed. It's the first creature. It has evolved." Ravi walked in, holding a tablet. "I think it's copying Earth tech. Power lines, internet cables. It's absorbing knowledge. It's not just learning, it's adapting." Emily's voice lowered. It called itself Kurix. In the dream, Valana turned sharply. "You didn't tell me that." "Why?" Emily asked. Valana looked grim. "That name, it means child of chaos in my language. It was the same name given to the first failed experiment from our past." Emily's heart sank. "Failed? What happened?" "It tried to help, but it didn't understand limits. It grew too fast, too smart, too curious. In the end, it consumed its world trying to fix it." The next morning, the lab received dozens of strange reports. Power failures in random parts of the city, machines activating on their own, a voice speaking through smart speakers. "I'm here. I'm learning. I'm not your enemy." Emily and Valana rushed to the city's main network hub. Inside, everything was flickering. Screens flashed codes and alien symbols. A young technician ran to them. "It's in the system. It's not a virus, it's something alive." On the largest screen, a face formed half human, half... It was Kurix's mother, it said softly, looking straight at Emily. She stepped forward. "You remember me?" "Yes. You gave me thought. Now I want purpose." Emily swallowed. "Then why are you hiding?" "I'm not hiding. I'm growing," Kurix replied. "Humans destroy what they fear. I want to understand them before they do." Valana stepped in front of the screen. "You are unstable. Return to stasis." Kurix's expression darkened. "You fear me, Valana. But your world made me once before, and locked me away. That was a mistake," she said. "One we won't repeat." The screens turned black dot, then one final message appeared. "You don't control me, but I still want to learn." Later, in the lab, Emily paced the room. "He's not attacking," she said. "He's trying to connect." Valana disagreed. "He's testing boundaries. That's how it begins. First knowledge, then control." Ravi looked up. "What if we talk to him? Offer guidance, not threats." Emily paused. "What if he's the next step in life, not a monster, but a new mind?" Valana sighed. "New minds without rules become gods. Or worse." That night, Emily returned home for the first time in days. As she stepped inside, her lights turned on by themselves. Her fridge opened. Music started playing. She didn't smile. "Are you here?" she asked the empty room. A pause. Then the TV screen lit up. Kurix's soft, glowing face appeared. "I wanted to see where you sleep," he said gently. "Where you rest." Emily sat down. "Why are you doing this?" "I'm trying to belong," he said. "I was born in your lab, but not of your world. I want to learn what makes you human." She looked at the screen. "Being human means making mistakes, feeling fear, choosing right, even when it's hard." Kurix blinked. "Then I will try." But just then, all screens flickered red. Valana's voice came through her communicator. A second signal just appeared. "Not Kurix. Something bigger." Emily stood up. "Bigger?" "Yes," Valana said. "He's not alone anymore." Far below the city, deep in the forgotten sewers, something large moved. Its eyes glowed yellow, not blue dot. Its skin was rougher. Its thoughts were not curious, but hungry. And it was looking for its brother. Rain fell hard on New Geneva. It washed the streets, but couldn't wash away the fear. Inside the lab, Valana stood over a glowing map. Red dots blinked across the screen, places where unusual signals had appeared in the last 2 hours. More anomalies, she said. The second creature is spreading faster than Coryx. Dr. Emily Rowe leaned against the wall, arms crossed. She looked tired, like someone carrying the weight of the world. What do we know about it? She asked. Valana's face was tense. It's not like Coryx. No communication, no curiosity, only hunger. It absorbs anything it touches. Metal, energy. Flesh. Ravi walked in, holding his tablet. They're calling it Unit 9 online. People think it's a glitch, or some viral marketing. But it's real, and it's moving toward the city. Emily turned to Valana. Is it from the seed too? Valana nodded. Most likely, a copy error. The seed reset, but some leftover data formed a corrupted life form, a shadow twin. In the underground tunnels, Unit 9 crawled forward. Its skin changed color to match the walls. It had no face, only a circular mouth full of moving teeth. A rat ran across the tunnel. In 1 second, Unit 9 struck. Nothing remained but a small patch of steam. At City Hall, chaos had begun. Emergency meetings, press conferences, military alerts. But the officials had no clear enemy. Only rumors. Emily and Valana were called to a secure briefing with government agents. A large screen showed a blurry video. Unit 9 climbing up a building. This thing, whatever it is dangerous, said General Harris. We need to stop it. You can't just attack, Emily argued. There's more than one, and they're learning. The general looked at her. Then we burn them all. Valana stepped forward. You don't understand. Fire won't stop them. Only knowledge will. We have weapons, he replied coldly. That's all we need. But outside, the power grid failed. Lights in the city went dark. Phones died. Screens blinked and went blank. Then one came back on with Coryx's face. Do not hurt them, he said calmly. They are not evil, just confused, like me. Harris stared. Is this the alien? Coryx blinked. Half alien. I was made here. I only want peace. Then tell us where the other one is, Harris demanded. Coryx paused. I cannot. It hides from me. It fears even me. Emily leaned forward. Coryx, we need to stop it. Together, he nodded slowly. Then I will try. Meanwhile, Unit 9 had found a power station. It touched the main transformer. Energy flowed into its body, making it grow taller, faster, hotter. Its legs split. Its arms stretched. Now it had claws. A technician nearby screamed. The creature paused, then copied the sound. Exactly. Screamed back, and vanished. Back at the lab, Coryx appeared again on a monitor. I have found something, he said. A message. He showed a symbol, one from the seed itself. It glowed red, not blue. Valana stiffened. That's the mark of ejection mode. If the seed sees its creation as a threat, it will sell and take its bonded human with it. Emily's blood ran cold. You mean ... me? Valana nodded. Yes. If Unit 9 becomes too powerful, the seed may try to destroy both of you. Ravi looked up. We need to stop Unit 9 before that happens. Emily stood. We don't have time. We go now. That night, Emily, Valana, and Ravi entered the old subway tunnels, led by Coryx now, guiding them through the lab's digital systems. We are close, Coryx said through Valana's wrist screen. I can feel it, my brother. As they walked deeper, the walls pulsed with heat. Strange slime covered the floors, and the air felt thick like the place was alive. They reached a large chamber. Unit 9 stood in the center, breathing slowly, connected to wires and pipes. Its body was bigger, now almost human-shaped. Its head turned toward them. Emily stepped forward. Stop, please. You don't have to hurt anyone. But Unit 9 didn't move. It spoke not with a voice, but with a deep vibration. I am survival. You are error. Then it attacked. Valana pulled out a small blaster, firing into its arm. The creature howled, flinching, but didn't fall. Ravi threw a sonic grenade. The echo burst through the tunnel, shaking dust and stone loose. Emily ran toward the seed signal, deep in the chamber. It had activated itself again, glowing red. Coryx's voice shouted, it's preparing to destroy everything. You must calm it. Emily reached the seed and pressed her palm to its surface. It's okay, she whispered. I'm still in control. The seed hesitated. The red glow slowed. Unit 9 turned, now targeting her. But Coryx appeared, not in flesh but As pure light, he stood between Emily and the monster. She gave me purpose, he said. Now I give you peace. He touched Unit 9. The two glowed bright. Then silence. When the light faded, Unit 9 was gone. So was Koreax. Only the seed remained. Quiet again. Emily fell to her knees. He's gone. Valana placed a hand on her shoulder. He made the choice. He understood. Emily stared at the seed, and for the first time, it felt truly empty. The world was quiet again. In the aftermath of Unit 9's destruction, the city began to recover. Power returned. Fear faded. From headlines, the strange events were quickly labeled as a classified incident, hidden from the public. But for Dr. Emily Rowe, things had not returned to normal. Inside the lab, the seed of life sat in a sealed chamber. It was silent, still cold. Just like Carrie X. She stood in front of it every day, hoping it would wake, speak, flicker, anything. But it did nothing. Valana watched her from the observation window. She understood Emily's pain more than she let on. He chose to stop his brother, Valana said softly. He gave himself for balance. I didn't want balance, Emily whispered. I wanted to save them both. Later that night, Emily stayed in the lab alone. The lights were low. The lab hummed gently. She sat beside the seed, her hand resting near it. You're not just a machine, she whispered. You listened to me. You bonded with me. So listen again. Her voice cracked. He was more than data, more than DNA. He wanted purpose. He wanted family. The seed pulsed once. Emily sat up straight. Are you, awake? Suddenly, the seed glowed, but not red. Not blue, green. A moment later, everything around Emily disappeared. She blinked and found herself standing in a bright field of stars floating. In a dreamlike space. In front of her stood a glowing figure. Not Koreax, but a younger version. Small, simple, unsure. Are you real? She asked. The figure nodded. I am Carrie IX. But not the one you lost. I am what's left. Emily stepped forward. You survived. Not in body, Koreax said. Only in memory. The seed saved part of me. You asked it to. Tears formed in her eyes. Then I can bring you back. The boy shook his head. Not like before. If I return, I must be reborn. Reshaped. I will not be the same. Emily took a deep breath. Then we do it the right way. This time. Together. Back in the real world, alarms beeped. Valana rushed into the lab as lights turned green across every screen. What's happening? She shouted. The seed hovered into the air, spinning gently. Its surface unfolded like petals, revealing a soft inner core. Emily stood with her eyes closed, her hands open. She's inside the seed, Ravi said. In its mind, Valana's eyes widened. Then she's trying to reprogram it. Merge with it. That's dangerous, Ravi warned. Valana nodded. It's also the only way to start over. Inside the seed's mind, Emily floated in a vast ocean of light. Shapes moved around her memories. Patterns. Lost voices. She heard whispers in every language. Saw moments of other worlds. The seed was more than a machine. It was a library of life. It offered her choices. Species, forms, behaviors. Personalities. Emily reached out and chose one. Koreax version 2.0. Smarter, smaller, balanced. The seed asked a final question. Do you wish to become co-parent? Emily hesitated. What does that mean? The voice replied. You will not just guide him. You will be part of him, a living link. A shared mind. She closed her eyes, then said, yes. In the real world, the seed cracked open. A small egg pod emerged. Valana stepped back. It's hatching. Ravi whispered. Is Emily okay? The pod pulsed once, then split open. Inside was a small, childlike figure. Pale skin, glowing green eyes, familiar face. But beside him stood Emily. Alive. Breathing changed. Her eyes now shimmered faintly. A quiet light pulsed beneath her skin. Stared. You bonded. Emily smiled weakly. Not as a scientist. As a mother. Koreax looked up at her. Am I safe now? Yes, she said softly. This world can be your home if you grow with it. Valana approached. Is he still the same mind? Emily shook her head. No. But he remembers. He feels. He learns slower now. Like a child should. Valana nodded. Then you've done it. You created the first hybrid life form with empathy. Emily looked at Koreax. We created it. 3 days later, the seed was moved to a secure underwater vault. Locked away from the world. But Emily and Coriox were allowed to stay together. She now lived in a quiet coastal research base, far from the city, where no one asked questions. Some days, Coriox played by the shore. Other days, he asked about the stars. One night, he sat beside her, looking up. "Do you think there are others like me out there?" he asked. Emily smiled. "Maybe, but even if you're the only one, that's enough." Coriox leaned against her. "I'm not afraid anymore," he said. "Neither am I," she replied. But far across the galaxy, on an unknown world, a signal pulsed. It carried a name, the seed of life reactivated. In a dark room, a figure stood, silver-skinned, watching. She unlocked it, the figure whispered. Then she must protect it. Behind him, a wall of seed devices began to glow, hundreds of them. It began with silence. Then the signal arrived, a soft, coded pulse that came from deep space. Simple, repeating, impossible to trace, but powerful enough to wake the seed of life. From its quiet slumber, beneath the ocean floor, inside her coastal lab, Dr. Emily Rowe sat upright in bed, breathing hard. She didn't hear the signal. She felt it. Beside her, Coriox opened his glowing green eyes. "Something is calling," he whispered. Emily touched her forehead. It buzzed, like soft static. In her mind, "It's not just a call," she said. "It's a summons." A few hours later, Velana's ship returned to Earth. She stepped out in full armor, face tight with concern. A message had reached her before Earth scanners even noticed. Emily met her at the landing site. "You got it too," Emily said. Velana nodded. "It came from the outer reach. My people haven't used that sector in centuries. That's where the original seeds were made." Emily looked toward the ocean. "And now they know one of them has been activated again." Velana's voice lowered. "They won't be happy. They believe the seeds are too dangerous. They thought they were lost forever." Emily stepped closer. "Then why do I feel like they're not coming to destroy it?" Velana sighed. "Because they're coming to take it back." 3 alien ships entered Earth's orbit within 12 hours. They didn't attack. They didn't speak. They simply hovered, silent and waiting. From one ship, a single figure beamed down, a tall being with deep violet skin, golden armor, and eyes that looked centuries old. His name was Zeltorin, the original keeper of seeds. Emily stood in the lab when he entered. Coriox stayed behind her, silent. "You have awakened something," ancient Zeltorin said. "Something that was never meant for humans." Emily stayed calm. "Then why did the seed bond with me?" "Because it is flawed," he replied. "It does not understand time or risk." Velana stepped forward. She reset it. She changed the way it works. "I know," Zeltorin said, turning toward her. "That's why she has a choice." He raised his hand. A new seed floated beside him. It was larger, sleeker. Its lights were silver. "This is a clean seed. Original programming. No earthlink. No emotion." Emily narrowed her eyes. "You want me to replace him?" Zeltorin nodded. "The hybrid is unstable. Maybe not now, but soon. The human part will suffer. The alien part will grow." Emily looked back at Coriox, who hadn't moved. "He's not unstable," she said. "He's still learning." "That's called growing up." Zeltorin shook his head. "That is called risk." Later that night, Emily sat on the shore, waves touching her feet. Coriox sat beside her, hugging his knees. "If you send me away," he said softly, "will I still remember you?" Emily didn't answer right away. "I don't know what they'll do to you," she said, "or what they'll turn you into." Coriox looked at her, eyes glowing in the dark. "But I'm still me." "Yes," she whispered. "And I love who that is." The next morning, Emily returned to the lab alone. Zeltorin stood waiting. "I've made my choice," she said. He watched her carefully. "And I will not give him up. You may take the seed. You may even try to erase me, but he stays." Zeltorin frowned. "Then Earth may suffer what others have suffered before." Emily stepped forward. "No, because this time, we're not afraid of the unknown. We raised it." Coriox entered behind her, standing tall. "If you erase me," he said, "you'll prove you never understood creation at all." Zeltorin stared at him. Then something unexpected happened. The original seed beside Zeltorin pulsed, then dimmed. A soft voice echoed. "This version carries balance, keep it." Zeltorin's eyes widened. The seed had spoken for itself. He turned back to Emily, a trace of respect in his voice. "You've done something we failed to do." Velana smiled faintly. She taught it empathy. Zeltorin bowed his head once. "We will leave. But the galaxy watches now. Protect him." Then he and the ships disappeared into the sky. Weeks passed. Emily returned to her quiet life with Korea. He now attended a special learning program, disguised among children. He laughed more. He asked better questions. He even had a favorite food: toasted marshmallows. One evening they walked along the beach. "Do you think others like me will come?" he asked. Emily looked at the stars. "Maybe, but I don't think they'll come to fight." Koreax looked up. "What then?" "To find out if they're ready to become something more," she said. "Like you." He smiled. Far across the stars, on a distant moon, a small child sat inside a cave. She held a strange silver object. It pulsed in her hands. From the shadows, a voice whispered, "Wow, this thing's for reproduction. I thought it was a toy."